Mud crab is one of the most luxurious seafoods of Southeast Asia. Due to its high market demands, there is always an unmet demand for mud crabs. The catch obtained from the wild is insufficient to meet the ever-increasing demand for mud crab world over. Hence, it is necessary to augment this natural resource by farming them in controlled conditions.
Women in India have contributed significantly to the growth of the country as well as to the household income. You find that this more so in the case when you go along the coastal areas. You find that in capture fisheries, as the men bring in the catch from the sea, you find that the women are the first ones to take the catch and segregate the catch, and they are both involved in auctioning and as well as domestic marketing. In the field of aquaculture, women are employed in hatcheries and in farm-based feed preparations and in managing the farm. They are also increasingly be involved in crab fattening and other allied sectors. Recognizing the importance of women, SIBA has been involved for the past 8 years in trying to downscale the technologies we develop so that they can be easily applied by women. For example, we have taken the technology of feed production, crab fattening, as well as value addition, and developed it in such a way that it will be easy for women to apply the technology and generate income. SIBA has trained about 200 women in the 3 technologies. You will find that the increasing involvement of women has been parallel with the development of self-help groups where 10 to 12 women come together. And there are many government policies in support of this. From SIBA's side, we hope that all those people who are seeing this video film will see how it is easy to adopt the technologies that we have put forth and increase the livelihood of women. And I do hope more and more women will come and adopt these technologies. We have captured the step-by-step process of adoption of SIBA technology on crab farming by these women self-help groups in this video film.
Fattening of mud crabs, as widely known, is one of the simplest forms of crab aquaculture. It is merely a value addition of poor quality crabs. Newly molted or post-molted crabs have flaccid watery flesh and it has low value in the market. These watery soft crabs are held and reared in ponds or pens or cages or tanks for a particular period of about 25 days and fed until they become hard and attain market acceptability. This low-intensive mud crab culture provides short-term revenue for rural women and it is an alternative livelihood for them. Normally, there are 2 types of mud crab culture being practiced in India. One is short-term culture and another one is long-term culture. In the short-term culture called as fattening, the crab is reared for a period of 21 to 30 days and the soft-water crab hardens suitable for marketing with a slight weight gain during this period. Since the short-term mud crab fattening is quite possible to practice by the coastal women as a suitable livelihood option for them, the Central Institute of Brackish Water Aquaculture, known as SIBA, is engaged in the propagation of this simple crab culture technology through field demonstrations to train the women self-help groups in this technology. This is a grow-out pond in Kattur village in Tiruvallur district near Chennai. Here, the brackish water is pumped into the pond to maintain the required water level. The pond is fenced with nylon netting to prevent the escape of crabs. The mud crabs are fed with chopped trash fish or molluscan meat. They feed the mud crabs daily once. This is Punnakayal village in Tuticorin district where crab culture is practiced by Susamal and her family in a total area of about 250 acres. Here, the brackish water is pumped into the ponds to maintain the water level. She feeds the crabs daily once. She harvests the fattened crabs by hand picking with her family members.
We fisherfolk were originally associated with marine capture fishing. Later, my son-in-law and son went in catamarans to catch crabs independently. In the past 17 years, we took up more ponds. Now a total of 250 acres, 34 ponds are there. From 50 grams to 1 kilo size crabs we stock. If we put 50 grams size in 4 ponds, we put quarter kilo size in 3 ponds. In 2 ponds we put more than half kilo size of water crabs. The harvest time for 50 gram size is 8 months. For half kilo size, we harvest once in 15 days. In January, February, March till April, the crab availability is good. After that, we do not get crabs. I am a woman standing on my own feet and looking after this business. Like me, many women should take up this business and not be confined within their homes.
Mud crab fattening in pens. This short-term culture propagated by SIBA with the financial assistance of the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, is practiced by women's self-help groups.
How long have you been in this business?
We are in this for 4 years.
Have you got any previous experience?
We don't have any experience. Scientists came from SIBA and through DBT projects constructed the pens for us.
For how much do you purchase crabs?
We are buying for rupees 180, but when they buy it from us, they separate our crabs as XL size and big. XL piece fetches rupees 500 and big is rupees 300.
How much do you invest?
For an investment of rupees 10,800, we get stocking crabs of about 60 kgs. We get more than rupees 7,000 profit.
How do you take the profit? What do you do?
We share the profit within the group through wages and we deposit in the bank. The reason is when we deposit in banks, we get loans. This is an excellent business for coastal women for livelihood development. In agriculture, many machines have come and therefore we are not getting job. We must do mud crab culture enthusiastically and through this we must improve.
Pens are constructed in estuarine or coastal areas using casuarina poles and metal fencing material, galvanized GI chain link and nylon nets. The nylon net with plastic stripe on its top is used to prevent the escape of crabs. Normally, it takes 2 or 3 days to construct the pen. In pens, the exchange of brackish water takes place automatically since they are constructed in open waters. The pen is divided into 2 halves for stocking the crabs of different size groups. That is, one is for small size and another is for bigger size groups of crabs. In Orissa, the pen is constructed with bamboo splits. On witnessing the success achieved by the women's self-help groups in mud crab culture using SIBA technology, the women's self-help groups in other coastal areas started mud crab culture with support from different NGOs. The women in Kattur and Thonirevu villages in Tiruvallur district and Killai village in Kadalur district buy the water crabs in their nearby markets and take them to their pens by bicycles. They weigh the water crabs before they are being stocked and they record the weight of each crab. Then they stock them in the pens. They weigh the feed such as trash fish and pellets to feed the water crabs. SIBA has introduced formulated feed specifically developed for mud crabs. The women feed the crabs once or twice daily. They clean the pens periodically and maintain them. They monitor the pens regularly for any mortality and safety of crabs. They harvest the fattened crabs either by hand picking or by using scoop net. They bring the harvested crabs to shore and tie each individual crab immediately using suitable rope and wash them in fresh seawater. Each crab is weighed and recorded. Then they pack the crabs in bamboo baskets or cane baskets along with fresh leaves and sprinkle salt water on them to keep the crabs moist so that they are alive till they reach the markets. The crabs are sold in the local market for export. Sometimes buyback of crabs is done.
We belong to Kadalur MGR Thittu village. In our village, 7 self-help groups are practicing crab fattening. We did not know about crab fattening. Mr. Moses from CARE NGO told us if you practice crab fattening, you can improve. First we thought crab fattening would be difficult for us, but the way they taught us, we saw it was easy. Now we buy crabs and stock them. In one pen, we have 3 separate compartments. Compartments are separate. We will harvest the smaller pieces in 30 days.
Can you tell us the size of the pens?
Width is 20 feet and length is 120 feet.
How many crabs will you stock in this pen?
From 90 to 120 crabs can be stocked.
For how many days do you stock?
We stock this for 30 days.
Then how many crabs do you harvest?
If we stock 100, we harvest 80 crabs.
What will you do with the profit you get in this?
The cooperative society has given us. We got rupees 2 lakh loan to all 7 self-help groups and we are paying off the loan gradually.
The women carry out crab fattening in fiberglass reinforced plastic cages known as FRP cages in Killai village in Kadalur district. 6 to 9 crabs are reared in these types of cages. In Orissa, women carry out crab fattening in wooden cages as well. They also do the crab fattening in concrete tanks. The women's self-help groups practice crab fattening in tide-fed ponds in Kulathamede near Pulikat Lake. The brackish water is fed into the ponds by the water tidal current through sluice gates to maintain water level of the ponds. They feed the mud crabs with trash fish. They harvest the crabs after 21 to 30 days by hand picking. They tie the individual mud crab, pack them in baskets and transport to the nearby market.
Madam, you belong to the Irular tribal community. How many self-help groups are here?
Totally we are 10 groups.
In each group, how many women are there?
We are 12 women.
This is crab fattening in ponds based on the ebb and flow of tide water. What is the season?
After rainy season, that is from the months of January till March, we can do this. After that in summer, we cannot practice this culture.
What is the name of the NGO?
Annai Teresa. They call it Atsuva.
Do you think there is a good profit?
It is very profitable. In 20 days, we get a good income. Each member works hard and gets income of rupees 1,500 in 20 days.
What is the message you like to convey to the other self-help group women?
For women in other groups, by doing this business, we can get good profit. They should also in the same way do this business and gain good profit, and Annai Teresa is creating opportunities for them to improve their lives. We ask them to make use of these opportunities.
Whatever the methods of farming practiced by the farmers, it is needless to say that there is always an increasing and unmet demand for mud crabs, mainly for export market to countries like Thailand, Taiwan, Malaysia, and Singapore. A mud crab weighing 1 kilo is sold for approximately 500 rupees in the market. The capital cost for pen construction is 90,000 rupees. The operational cost for one cycle is estimated to be 16,400 rupees. Gross income will be 22,000 rupees. And profit per cycle will be 5,600 rupees. Since it is a profitable business, it is quite possible for the women in coastal areas to adopt the technology of mud crab culture as per their location, brackish water availability and accessibility as a suitable livelihood option. Dr. S. Ayyappan, Director General ICAR, visited the project site at Kattur village and appreciated the efforts of SIBA and the women's self-help groups.